Today is another day. Man, yesterday we did our show. I'm so mad because there was a storm. And, Baba Yashiba, his connection was really bad. So we're going to have to, redo it another time because he was dropping some gems and, couldn't hear it. Couldn't hear his voice. So we have to come back and redo that show because, it didn't turn out the way I wanted it to. I think I might even start pre-recording my shows and just putting them on. I might have to change the whole format and how I do my videos because the lives. I mean, hell, people aren't watching the videos until afterwards any goddamn way. You know what I'm saying? They're not watching the content until they're not watching the live until after you know what I'm saying? I don't have a lot of live people watching. Everybody's watching the replay. So that's giving me the clue that I might need to switch over to video. I might need to start putting on my content on the video section instead of doing live stream. Because live stream, it ain't hitting. I mean, people watch the replay. So why am I keep doing stuff on live? So I think I'm about to switch over and start doing pre-recorded content and then just doing a premiere and start doing it that way. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm about to switch that up. I was on Maggie's channel yesterday. That was an interesting interaction. You know what's so funny is that, in that Jaguar sector, people love to hate me. You know what I'm saying? People, it's funny because it's like they like to get into lecture mode. Like, Genesis, because what happened is they got to talking about Jaguar's dead son, and after a while, I was kind of feeding into it too, talking about him, what happened and this, that, the other. But then I thought about it and I was like, maybe we should change the subject. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what, I know for me, if I don't care if I'm crazy or not, and Jaguar is in fact crazy. I don't care if I'm a narcissist, if I'm a fucking psychopath, a sociopath, whatever it is. I know that, it's probably a trigger to continuously talk about her deceased. You know what I'm saying? Even though she does that to other people. She talked about my deceased people. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, it's like, are we just as insane as she is to talk about these things and not think that there's any kind of karma based on that? You know what I'm saying? So I initially went up on Maggie's channel because she came up on mine. So out of a respect, I went ahead and went on hers. You know what I'm saying? She came on mine, I go on hers. You know what I'm saying? Just out of hey, thank you for being on my panel. So come, what's up? You know what I'm saying? So I came over there. And at first she was just asking about the whole carbonation thing and stuff like that. And then it started getting into Jag. So at some point in the conversation, they started to be like, well, why are you over here? You don't want to talk about Jaguar. Well, like I said, one, I was trying to return a favor for Jag coming to my panel, so I came on hers, number one. And number two, I was okay with initially just talking about carbonation stuff. You know what I'm saying? They were just wondering what was my connection? How did I get involved with them? And I didn't mind talking about that. I think that the whole Jaguar conversation is a dead horse. I mean, to be quite honest, is that, people that constantly doing content on Jaguar is what makes her relevant. You know what I'm saying? If people just stopped talking about that bitch, she would be crying, wishing that somebody was back talking about her. Whether it be because she feeds off of negativity, she eats that shit up like it's fucking rice cakes. She thrives on negativity. Certain people are good with that chaotic magic, that chaos. You know what I'm saying? That liking the chaos. So she feeds on people talking about her, whether it be good or bad, and people learn that in Hollywood. They learn how to feed off of negative. They learn that it's better to be talked about, whether it's positive or negative, than not talked about at all. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people talk more about the villain than they talk about the good guy. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much what it is. She's feeding off of that kind of that villain energy. She made herself out to be the Joker. You know what I'm saying? You know, the newspaper probably talk about Batman. Batman comes again and saves the day. But they really they talk probably more about Joker. The Joker strikes again. The Joker strikes again. So Jaguar, she wants to be the Joker. She wants to be, she wants to be the Joker. And people are, you know, feeding into that Marvel villain energy. And, you know, I catch myself, you know what I'm saying? I find myself getting caught up in that shit too, getting on a panel and people get to asking me questions and I answer the questions. And I'm gonna start like saying, hey, you know what? I just wanted to say hi, come and say hi, and that's it. I don't want to answer no more questions about Jaguar and carbonation because the shit's redundant, bro. Go and look at the archives. Go do a search. I'm sure you'll find me on multiple panels talking about this shit. What happened? The shit is. I'm tired of repeating the same story over and over again. I'm tired of repeating the same story over and over again about what happened with me and Jaguar Wright. It really, you know, it was a little sprinkling time in my life. It's over with. I'm moving on. You know what I'm saying? Uh, you know, since then she has been in 4-5 different relationships. She done got engaged. She done traveled all over different countries. You know, I mean, states. Been arrested 3, 4, 5 more times. You know what I'm saying? Like, really, I mean, that shit's like 3 years old, bro. And it's some people. I think that what it is that there's a lot of people. When you put Jaguar's name in the algorithm, motherfuckers, they click the button. You know what I'm saying? So she does have her own algorithm. I must say she has her own algorithm of people looking for her. You know what I'm saying? But do I want to be sucked into that? No. I already spent like a whole year and a half building myself up trying to get away from that bull stuff. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah. I mean, like I said, I thank Maggie for, I initially got said to her, when she left that, because every once in a while I'll peek in on that whole thing, see what's going on. But do I want to be dragged back into that? No, because that whole algorithm and the CCs can be toxic against each other. Like it's like a bunch of like infighting, because they're feeding off of Jaguar's negative energy, and so the only thing that kind of thing can attract from a CC is kind of doxing, people finding out where you live, motherfuckers, sending the SWAT teams to your house and stuff like that. I mean, they be going really crazy in that algorithm. It turns into a beef. People get to not liking you, then they start fucking with you. I mean, I remember back in the day when I was a part of that whole thing, people would send CPS to my house, sending adult services. Like, that whole algorithm is very, very toxic, and I don't want to get back into that. So I'm gonna focus on what I've been doing over here with the conscious community. I'm not trying to get involved with that whole Jaguar nothing. I can admit though, I mean, at some point my page was like kind of getting good hits off of that, like the content talking about her and what she had did to me and da da da, and people hated me, but they still would come in. Some people had to choose sides, but that whole audience is a fickle audience. You know what I'm saying? If you don't do what they think that you should do, then they won't, I'm gonna unsubscribe, because you have a lot of older women that want to like control. They want to feel like you doing what they want you to do, and they like a lot of mean girl energy. And I'm just not a mean, what I'm saying? I could be a mean, but it comes out in an explosion. It's not like a constant mean girl energy where I'm just being a mean bitch all the time. It comes out in like foul, you know what I'm saying? An explosion where I'm destructive and I destroy everything. You know what I'm saying? So I'm very nice up to a certain point, kind, but then when I get mean, it's usually very like something's gonna get fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's not like just being mean, yeah, whatever, girl. I don't do all that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's better that I not be in that energy. Better to keep me away from that energy. If you want me to be on that energy, because that's going to turn into a whole other thing. You know what I'm saying? So have a hard time dealing with women anyway. You know what I'm saying? So that whole algorithm is primarily female, and it's really catty, and I don't have time for it. Like older women, like in their 50s and 60s and whatever age they are, and they just real catty with each other, and you know, they like to see each other kind of see people like arguing and going after each other, you know? Because even yesterday when I was on the thing, it was like, you know, people were just like, yeah, yeah, oh, rolling their eyes and all this other stuff. Yeah, I think somebody was like, I think she gonna lose some people based on this. Well, honey, my audience is mostly men. I don't have a whole bunch of female. Most of probably them female people that they don't even watch my channel as much anymore. I have a lot more male. There's probably a few females, but mostly male that watch my channel. Because I don't do all the gossip stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like a. So my stuff is more about knowledge and you know, about like kind of nerdy stuff, and it's about like learning about different things when it comes to spirituality. So the audience for that is going to be more male. Now, if I was gossiping and talking about what's happening with Cardi B and whatever, then I'd probably get more of a female audience. But the demographic of my page is primarily a male demographic, you know, except for like the few lovely females that I would consider like a sisterhood that comes over to my channel. And I'm not gonna start gossiping and doing all that. You know, I'll make a statement on what I think about what's going on, current events. But as far as it being like a whole page full of gossip about who did what and Mo3 and then Cardi B and all that stuff, there's plenty of that out there. You know what I'm saying? I would like to be the alternative. When you get tired of looking at all that bullshit, then you come over here and talk about some spirituality, talk about some things more positive. Tonight, I think either I'm going to be talking to 607 Unk again to finish up the thing about the feminine energy, and then I think we're going to get into a relationship panel too. Yesterday, Baba Yashabaya, man, his audio was so bad. I put that video on private. I had to like start it all over again because you know what, I can't let him go out like that. He's 74 years old. And we need to, I didn't really see a lot of support on that video because I think of the subject, but I don't care. He was, even though you couldn't hear him, there was still some good gems in there. So, but I put it on private because I'm going to redo that video. We're going to come back again when it's not storming outside so we can get a good connection and you guys can hear everything he's saying, because it's very rare that you get a person like 74 that been around when all this stuff, all the Hebrew Israelites, all these things were just starting. It's hard. It's very rare you get to talk to a person that's that old that was around during that time. So when you get an opportunity to talk to them, you gotta you should sit down and listen, because these people was around, you know. Because all we have right now is just what people, you know, you know, a lot of our people from that time frame are, you know, they're in their 70s or getting old, they're passing on. So when you get an opportunity to like really get that wisdom from those elders like that, we need to take it. And so I want to take it, and I want to do him justice. You know what I'm saying? On taking that, and I know a lot of elders. I know a lot of people that are older that were around, and I'm gonna start doing more interviews with people like that to archive some interviews with them so that we don't lose that knowledge. I don't know why we have gotten away from our elders. We need to start getting more into like learning from the elders in our community. It's like we're losing that older population, that older all of those older people, and their stories are leaving with them. So we need to take the time out to, like, you know, listen to the knowledge that they have, you know. I mean, he was able to break down even Israel, that Israel wasn't even formed until 1942 or 1948. So how could you be a Hebrew Israelite and say that Israel is your country if, hell, Israel wasn't even around back in the biblical time? There was no such thing as Israel back then. So, you know, he broke all that down. He broke down a lot of different things. So I'm gonna try to see if I can either bring him back possibly today, if he's able to, like, if I can make sure his video and stuff look good and the audio and stuff is working good, or probably bring him back sometime this weekend. But I know I'm supposed to be bringing back 607 Unk again to finish talking about the feminine energy, and also talking to a few other people about, we're gonna do this panel, that ladies panel. Well, it's gonna be the relationship panel. We're gonna be discussing relationships in the current environment. So that's gonna be the tonight that we're gonna be doing. And I'm trying to, like, make sure I do something every night for you guys. That's kind of been like a new thing. Try to, like, come on here and talk in the morning, and then at night do the same thing. Because I have not been good at doing that. I get kind of lazy, and sometimes I go through, like, up and down mood swings and stuff like that. Also, so the Kanye West thing. So I was able to look at because I didn't watch the whole thing yesterday with the Kanye West, and I kind of, like, I was, like, kind of upset about how he was going about stuff. It was crazy that he could barely breathe in that Klan outfit. He could barely breathe in it. He was up there like, oh. I'm like, sir, why are you doing this? But he's escaping off to Japan? That's a shame. So they're trying to put him in a mental hospital, and he had to leave the country. See, that's the thing. When you get all that money, you don't own yourself anymore. They'll give you billions of dollars, but then they can fucking put you in the mental. Like, what? Why would somebody think that they have the right to put him in a mental ward? Is he a danger to himself? Has he threatened to hurt somebody? They was trying to put him, and maybe, I'm not sure if this was true that they're trying to put him in a mental ward or a mental hospital or whatever, but that's crazy that they, you know what I'm saying? That's the only thing about that, is that they give you that money. They did the same thing to Dave Chappelle. I remember Martin Lawrence they said he went crazy. Have you noticed that when the people get to a certain level, all of a sudden they so-called go crazy? There's something to that. You know what I'm saying? Now, sometimes maybe it is a crazy thing, because I'm sure that when you get to that level, when people are giving you either hundreds of millions of dollars or billions of dollars, and you're a black artist, I'm sure that it gets very weird. I'm sure that the people that are investing that amount of money into it's no telling what kind of weird stuff goes into that. They probably will have, they probably got connections, like, everyone that's surrounding you is a part of this whole thing that's feeding off of you. You know what I'm saying? Your drivers are probably connected to the investor. Everybody they got around you is connected. So they're, like, controlling you to a certain extent. I heard a story that even when my friend, he was a director in New York, and he got some money he signed a contract, to do a film. And, on the way out, somebody says, well, you need to go see Vinny, the doorman. And, he's like, okay, all right, whatever. He don't know who Vinny is. So then he gets into the cab, and he's like, hey, make sure you go see Vinny. He goes to the restaurant, and somebody's like, hey, did you go see Vinny? And then eventually somebody came up to him, and he had to say, come with me, and he had to go and give some money to Vinny. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like a whole mafia type of thing. Like, when you get money or get the investment for whatever you're doing, you got to give some to the mafia in the whole New York thing back in the day. Like, they were tied in with so you get some money, you got to go see Vinny. And I'm sure that a lot of weird shit like that probably happens when you are in Hollywood or in, getting all this money. It's probably tied up like that. You get into a, you think you're going over here. You got people coming to, saying shit, whispering shit. Hey, make sure you go see Vinny. You know what I'm saying? Kanye West is surrounded with people asking, did he go see Vinny? You know what I'm saying? And it's something to him. There's something like that's making him crazy. Even how, like, this whole thing with his kids. There's a reason why he's crashing out over his daughter. He's trying to tell us something about even how the Kardashians, how Jenner, how even that whole porno that Kim Kardashian did, That her mom was even a part of that, and somebody they like struck a deal. What kind of mom would strike a deal for their daughter to do a porno? They wanted to be famous by any means necessary. You understand me? They didn't have no. They don't have no. I don't know if that's a cultural thing, but there's no way. It's no way that I would have been. No, I would not exploit my kids like that. And then she sat there and let her little young Kendall Jenner get all that plastic surgery and all that stuff like that. She don't even look the same. She's like a completely different person. She done got so much plastic. She done turned into a completely different human being than when she was born. When she has kids, they don't look nothing like how she really they look. Of course, he looked more like Travis Scott than, you know what I'm saying, but I'm saying, like, she don't look like what she looked like. You know what I'm saying? She done got so much plastic surgery. That whole Hollywood thing, that's why I could never move out there. This is just a bunch of crazy nonsense. And fakeness. Hey, Aura. How many teddy bears you got in your book bag? What is that? Elf?
It's a little game Kirby. It's a Kirby.
Oh, it's a Kirby. Okay. Let me see. Oh, Kirby. That's cute. You know what? I still played with baby dolls and teddy bears when I was like 17, 18 years old. I love the innocence,
Right.
You're not twerking and doing all that, trying to be grown, You ain't got no lace front on. You got your natural hair, shouts out, But yeah, so what do you think about Kanye West wearing the Black Klan's outfit?
I don't know. I don't know. I think it's always been like that. It's like, Hitler, blah, blah, blah.
Trying to put him in the crazy house, right?
Oh.
He just went to Japan. But I'm like, dude, they're billionaires. They can find you in Japan? You don't think they can find you in Japan? Oh, then they told him where. The guy said, oh, you going to China and Japan? Academics is a snitch, bro. Academics is a snitch. Look, this nigga trying to leave the country to escape from getting locked up in a mental ward. Act gonna tell everybody where he going. Oh, they trying to say going to what's in Japan? What makes you want to go to Japan? Kanye like, hello, don't drop the low, bro. Hello, like, well, what you doing? So now they know to look at his. They can intercept him on the way there and try to hold him at the goddamn thing. Get away from everything.
Right, go get like some udon tea or something.
Right, he he told him he's God and everything is in his mind and everything. Okay. But I'm just like, in his mind, he has contributed so much. I've contributed to fashion. I've contributed to music. I've done this. I've done that. I'm like, and I'm God. And I'm like, bro, if that's all God did, that we would be in trouble, honey.
Right.
We would be if God only made music and fashion, we'd be starving, bro. Imagine the earth with only just music and some Balenciaga.
Right, it'd be like a white void with like a shoe shop. It wouldn't even be shoes. It would like just be made of dirt. Not even dirt either.
Right, it'd be them raggedy clothes that Kanye be selling, looking like somebody. He and like, dude, you there acting like you done did some innovative stuff and you selling clothes and like it just was in the dirty clothes that you know what I'm saying, looking dirty and everything.
Yeah, they be having like holes intentionally put in.
Come on now. I could have gone to the thrift store and got some better clothes than that you selling. And he told me he done did all this and did all that. I'm like, bro, your ego is way too deliriums of grandeur, sir. But then he's mad because I guess he's worried about how his daughter is working with Cardi, whatever his name, Playboy Cardi. I don't know why anybody would like to, because it wasn't Playboy Cardi, isn't he supposed to be a devil word or some kind of weird demonic stuff? And why is all of the Kardashians dating people that's Travis Scott had all that weird demonic stuff going on? Now Playboy Cardi's involved with all that, whatever they got going on. What is up with that? They must be like some kind of witches or something.
Right.
There must be some kind of witchcraft going on. Why are they all involved with all this darkness? And you know that they purposely be trying to have kids with black men. I think Kim Kardashian, they must have had a contract. Because, Kanye West said that he didn't want to have no kids by her for 2 months after he met her. So I'm like, did they have a contract that he can't speak of?
Maybe.
It sounded like he had a contract. They gave him some, look, sign this contract. I want you to date my daughter. And, it's something to that. I didn't want to have any kids with her 2 months after I met her. Then how'd y'all have kids then? Yeah, I think that they probably paid him to blow her up and to get her blown up. And that's crazy how they use black influence to promote, their own interests. Because all of them are dating black men. The Kardashians. That's interesting. Do you have choir practice today?
No, it's only on Mondays.
Okay.
I do have like the UIL tomorrow.
What is UIL?
Like tomorrow.
What is UIL?
It's like a little singing test, like sing for a bunch of judges.
Oh, okay. That's what you've been practicing. Ooh,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sharper vowels, and consonants. The consonants may need to be on forte.
Uh-oh.
Sing with consonant. Loud consonants.
Well, shoot, if y'all would have been going to Dallas school, y'all been learning how to sing gospel. Because remember we went to the Dallas concert. They wasn't with that. They was up there like
I mean, that's for like
how excellent.
Exactly.
They was singing gospel up in that. I never went to no high school gospel concert.
I was like middle school too.
Was it middle school?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I don't even know what the high school must sound like. Kirk Franklin. We went down to the thing of arts and letters, and we went to this concert, and it was like these middle school, I thought it was high school students singing, and honey, they was jamming. That sounded like I thought I was at church. People was getting the Holy Ghost and everything. Go on ahead, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Aura. Go ahead, Jordan. Go ahead, sing that song. They be trying to pump up the choir. Imagine all that screaming, yeah, and then they singing, ooh, like I'm like, come on now. So that's the only thing. But my daughter, she ain't learning how to sing like the black folks. She's singing like the operatic. You know what I'm saying? Cause Aura can sing, so can Offset. I'm about to start a group. I'm gonna start a little group, a little singing group. But Offset is coming out with a little single. She will be coming out with a little single. We about to do that. That is going to happen. So it's called the pageant walk. Pageant time. We're gonna be coming out with that pretty soon. You know, that's what I'm talking about. People need to be coming out with projects. You know, bump all this just talking about bullshit all the time. You know, just talking about what's going on, who did, talking about what other people that already did living their life. You know what I'm saying? We need to be putting out projects and living our life. You know, I don't get that whole thing sitting around just talking about everybody else. Yep. So yeah, I'll be coming. Also, I'm gonna be putting together. I have another channel that I did for Offset and Aura, where I did like a little cartoon intro thing just to introduce the channel. But the next thing is gonna be we're gonna start doing content with them. You know, just more stuff, and it's called My Tribe Space. So if you get a chance to check that out, we're gonna be building onto that platform. You know, this one is gonna be eventually. I'm gonna start doing like live interviews on this channel. I'm just trying to get everything in motion to put it all together. So this is, you're gonna see like in the next like quarter, the little next half quarter, you're gonna see some progress, some serious progress in what's going on. Because I've been kind of, like I said, on a hiatus, taking a break from a lot of stuff, just only focusing on doing like little interviews I've been doing. But I'm about to like bring it up a notch, you know, and start doing more live stuff and more fun content on my other channel. And yeah, that's mainly it, you know. You're gonna see some projects coming out, some music coming out with my kids. You're gonna see a lot of creativity coming up in this next quarter. You know, because you know, a lot of people was like, oh, Genesis, she's not, what did Shaka say? She ain't creative, she ain't did nothing. But, you know, you about to see all that creativity start kicking in. Because I'm not, you know, I'm not playing with these people out here. You know, I'm a musician. I play multiple instruments. I'm a songwriter. I'm a producer. I DJ. I'm about to start DJing again. Because I'm about to get the right module. I don't like that. I got this module. I got the wrong one. It's too small. But I'm gonna start the DJing back up. You know, I'm gonna make another channel so I can just DJ on that one and not worry about getting my page taken down. Cause you know, all that copyright this and copyright. I'm just gonna just do just DJ and or don't even worry about being monetized. You know. So I'm fixing to do that, and at least until I can figure out how to DJ and not worry about. There's got to be a way to DJ and not worry about getting, you know, struck. So I'm fixing to bring all the cats out, all the talents out, you know, out the bag. So just stay tuned, stay tuned, stay tuned. I'm almost back at home. Another thing is we're gonna be traveling this summer. I'm really focused on like getting up out of just, you know, just sitting up in the house. You know, something happens, something kicks in a certain age, you start not wanting to leave the house. Hey, what's up? Hey. So I gotta get out of that like lazy, not wanting to get out the house type of stuff. I gotta get up and get out. You know what I'm saying? So coming up, I'm about to like, you know, gotta get my bread straight, my bread up and going, and then start getting up out this house. Because being cooped up in the house is not what's up. You know what I'm saying? It's not what's up at all, bro. This dog is pissing around. I have a chihuahua, and it be peeing on my bed. I don't know why. In the same spot. No matter how much I clean that area, it just I gotta find some I'm gonna get me some orange citrus to because I heard that dogs don't like that smell. That is disgusting. I don't even know why I have another dog. I ordered and found this dog, child. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Aura found this dog, this little chihuahua. And this sucker just poops all over the place. And it drives me crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I feel bad. I can't get rid of it now. It grew on me. And I do not like dogs. I cannot stand dogs. But I don't the damn thing then it didn't grow on me, you know. Did anybody want a chihuahua? A little white chihuahua? Listen, y'all. I am I'm about to go. Listen, I want you guys to check us out a little bit later on. Make sure that you're subscribed so you get and let me know if you're not getting the notifications, okay? We got some shows coming up soon, later on today. I was gonna review the Maggie thing, but you know what? I don't want to give Jaguar any more, you know what I'm saying, promotion that she's already getting. I got other shit I can talk about. You know what I'm saying? Some people that's all they got to talk about is what Jag is doing. I got other subjects I can talk about. I don't have to talk about Jaguar. You know what I'm saying? I can talk about so many these damn different subjects in my mind that that would be the last thing, you know? So make sure you guys are subscribed and make sure you hit all so that you guys can get the notifications when I go live. Because I have some good stuff coming up. Like I said, I think I'm gonna try to do that interview with 607 today. Because he was gonna come on yesterday, but the audio was so bad. So I'm gonna try to do that one today. All right, y'all. So much love, you guys, and peace out. Okay.